It's super.
Okay. Good morning, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Before I forget to mention those, this is Kelly Walker Slaughter, your host of Warren First 931, and our ever honorary co-host, as always, Miss Melody Krim. She is, like I said to a lot of my folks, my content strategist. I would like to say a shout out to her and everybody last week. I feel like last week has come and gone like that. And I say that because we were so jam-packed busy doing a lot of informative things, not just on the show, but our hands was helping out with Caring Hearts United. We were at the Chamber of Commerce talking with the what was it called? The youth leadership group of McMinnville.
Great group of kids this year.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I kept telling Melody after the thing, I was like, man, did I do okay? Did I do? So whoever came to her the other day, yes, enjoy them.
It was a couple of them that came to me and said that they felt inspired and that they really enjoyed her talk and it wasn't boring.
Oh, yeah, that's
it was really nice. And I'm not going to call them out, but yeah, it was great. So I'm glad because sometimes it's hard reaching these young kids. Even when we were teenagers, I felt like my mother was completely out of touch. I still feel my mother was out of touch. But I mean, so much happens in that generation gap. Now, granted, my mother had me when I was 30, so there was an even bigger generation gap.
I had my kids when I was 30.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, of course, then again, I had my daughter at 20, and I still feel like she's an alien half the time. But so it's always good when you find a way to connect. And
social media is that. If you're just doing the basic being on Facebook and Instagram and that's all you're doing and you're not even seeing right now, the big thing that we did talk about with the girls or the guys and the girls was, staying on the trend and figuring out how to grow social media wise and AI. There's pros and cons to it.
Mm-hmm.
I like some of it and I'm against some of it.
Same.
Okay. Because I will tell you that video that I did make about the Matt Turner where I'm having the conversation with myself, total AI app.
But if you see the Christmas commercials this year, they're garbage because they're all done in AI.
Mm-hmm.
Coca-Cola's in a lot of hot water with their fans because the classic Clydesdale and the classic polar bears is all AI this year. And it's obvious and it looks like garbage.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. My husband's like, I don't know what the big deal is. And I'm like, you're messing with my nostalgia, man. You're messing with my childhood.
You gotta at least, if I know you got that commercial on like some backdrop somewhere, just put it in.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Yeah. I mean, bring back the Noid for Domino's. Bring back our childhood. I mean, but I'll say that, these kids have got a whole other language. And I know that we did when we were kids. But I know when I was working with them this summer, they kept coming up to me talking about a skibbity toilet and a bunch of stuff. And you know what I did? I finally just looked at him and I pulled out the entire speech from Encino Man, from Holly Shore. Don't tax my gig so hard, cruster. And he looked at me and he goes, "What?" And I said, "Huh?" And he looked at me weird. And I was like, "Exactly." And he just walked off. So if you don't understand what the kids are saying, just whip out some Holly Shore.
And this is a great transition to talking about the kids and we're just going right into the hot topic.
Yeah.
Right for our Monday show. And again, today's topic is of course about the letting go, the dismissal, however you want to say it, of Coach Matt Turner. It has got the whole town, the community, the fans, the teachers, the parents, and a big, huge shout out to the kids that, the players that reached out to me, and some of the adults that reached out to me that says, you better be talking about this on Monday's show. And
Absolutely.
and again, like I told the kids over at Youth Leadership, this show is only solely popular on you guys. You make the show what it is. And if you ask for it, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And so with that said, first, right off the bat, Coach Matt Turner, I want to read, I guess we should read this dismissal letter first, right?
Yeah.
And I will say, while I'm looking this up, I did reach out to Principal Chris Hobbs and the administrative, the PR lady, Miss Sarah Cantrell. I was trying to get them on the show today. Unfortunately, they said everybody, like, Mondays are a lot busy for them, like it is for us. So I totally understand if you couldn't make it happen on a Monday because you're starting off the week. Totally get it. But she said, we'll try to work on something. She was going to talk to Dr. Grant Swallows today and see if we can get some more clarity, maybe another press release, maybe have them on my show. But I promise you guys, when we hear something, I will let you know about it. And if you hear it before it's from other media outlets before us, then we'll comment and talk about that. So, but with that said, here's what the press release said on November the 15th. Warren County High School has announced a change in direction for the leadership of the Pioneer football program. Matt Turner served as the head coach beginning back in 2019 for the last 6 seasons. His tenure included highlights such as Pioneer's first winning season in recent years, while simultaneously yielding Warren County's first ever Mr. Football with C.J. Taylor. Warren County High School's executive principal, Chris Hobbs, commended Turner for the impact he has made on the football program. He goes, I want to personally thank Coach Turner for his dedication, integrity, and the countless hours he has devoted to the school and our students. No one has ever doubted any of those things. In our meetings to evaluate the state of the Pioneer football, we felt we needed a reboot, and thus this decision became necessary, he said. Since the end of 2024 season, Warren County High School has been formulating a plan for the future of the football team, including taking steps to play a more competitive non-region schedule in the 2025 and 2026 season. And pause on that. We are, they did make this decision that we were going to do non-regional for the next 2 years.
So why not give him a chance to coach under that and see if things improve? I mean,
and with that said, finishing the news. I know we're getting there.
I know. I get riled up,
while you're listening to this, want to start commenting about your thoughts about Coach Matt Turner and the administration and this decision, do this now while I'm talking. He also goes on to say, I want to thank Coach Matt Turner for his time as the head coach of our football program. He has been invaluable for many years and is a pioneer to his core. His commitment and the investment into the lives of our student athletes is second to none, said Grant Swallows, the director of schools. Warren County Schools, with that said, Warren County High School is in the midst of a new course for the program and feels the need to start fresh with a new person in the lead. That decision should not diminish the fact that Matt Turner is an outstanding leader of the young men that he has done tremendous work with over the 6 seasons. The search for a new coach will begin immediately and will take place over the next few weeks, he's added. And of course, thanks again to Sarah Cantrell. She's the communications coordinator.
And she's wonderful.
They're all amazing. And with that said, we did several poll questions, but the big one that we wanted to know is, how do you feel about this? Should he get a second chance? Things like that. And with that said, my question was today or over the weekend was, on the subject of football coach Turner, should Principal Chris Hobbs give him his job back, or do you think we should try something new? Because there's nothing wrong with trying. Can I say this? There's nothing wrong with trying something new, because again, change is not a bad thing.
No.
But when the community, if like we were reading on there, the community is very upset, because just like in the letter we just read, there was nothing wrong with how Coach Matt Turner coached the boys. There was nothing wrong with how he was a good leader. There was nothing negative in this letter. And just like me, just like Melody, just like the other ones. And I feel like if you had that much faith in a coach that you could trust with the kids, that you could rely on the kids, that was a positive impact on the kids, why not, like everybody said, give him that chance to see what non-regional would have looked like for us?
And see, and this is my thing. I think that we're using Coach Turner as a scapegoat for a lot of issues. I mean, we weren't regional. We had our boys who have not been conditioned to play football, playing against kids who have been conditioned to play football from itty bitty age. And there was a lot of freshmen on the team this year. There was a lot of sophomores. This is his first time working with them. There was a lot of factors, and it seems like he took the fall for all of it. And that I'm not sure that's exactly right, because like I told y'all, I don't do sports ball. I don't understand anything about sports. I don't know. Yeah. But the few games that I was down there where I was photographing, I could tell a difference. We may not have been putting points on the board, but those boys were really working it. I mean, they were getting better. And there's that picture that we put up on the Warren First page. The tenderness that he had with those boys when it was a rough play, when the way that he talked to them, there was one kid who came off that field cussing, as he should. I'm sorry, but I mean, and he said, hey, work it out, work through your anger. You could tell that he genuinely cared about them. And I don't know. I don't know that this is the right call, but like I was telling Kelly, this is not the first time that they've let a coach go that didn't deserve it.
They let a coach go too soon.
Too soon.
That's what and in this situation, and then when they do it, I feel like the coach, like you said, didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
And so I think this is the same situation where the kids, when I had Coach Turner in here, he talked about rule football and how it's always like riding a wave. And during the CJ Taylor, that was like at the high, and now you're going back down because he trained and coached those boys from freshmen up, right? And so with that said, I feel like we were getting back on that wave where it was going back up at the tail end of the season. And Coach Turner probably is spinning the wheels like, okay, this is a good direction we're going in now. What can I do to improve on this, and how they can improve on that?
And I've talked about that too. You can't see it as a failure. You can't see it as a loss. You got to see it as a way to improve, to get better, to do better. And I do feel like Coach Turner was doing that. And then he had the rug pulled out from under him way too soon.
As far as, and I say, and we're going to pick, as far as we know, we don't, that's why I wanted to have Principal Chris Hobbs on here. Was this a decision that was, obviously this was not the easiest decision to make. This was a very tough decision, but at the same time, like, was there even a thought or a discussion saying, okay, the boys were doing good at the end and it seems like it's starting to build up. Should we give him at least one more year with doing non-regional?
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if that was mentioned.
Is it him, or have we put our boys in an unwinnable situation with the region that they're in, or whatever it was? Like I said, but I mean,
where we're District 6, I believe.
I just feel
before we go,
the decision was too soon. And I also feel that asking a new coach to come in when we just made this big change. So now he's got players he's not used to, whoever this new coach is, in a new plan that nobody's played in before. That's asking a lot of a new coach. Why not keep the coach that already knows his players, knows what they can handle, knows what they can do, and take it from there? I don't know.
I just feel like something was missed. And a couple of things that I would like to still ask, whether it's Dr. Grant Swallows and or Principal Hobbs, is can you go break down the process? Like in the press release, it said they've been talking about this since, whenever I'm assuming maybe the beginning of 2024.
I don't know.
And with that said, what was the process of, like, what were you looking for? What are the pros? What are the cons? Because when you read about all the comments, guys, and again, I don't know if the decision can be changed. That was one thing. A lady on our social media that Facebook messaged us privately said, Kelly, get on there and see if we can make a change. I don't know if this is going to be something similar to like, with the skating rink. I don't know if it's going to be an easy fix like when the Parks and Rec decided to go back to where it was. I don't know. And again, I don't know if you need to call the principal. I don't know if you need to call the administration. I don't know.
I also feel like maybe not senior parents, but the freshmen, the sophomore, the junior parents, the parents whose kids are going to be playing again next year, they should have had a say-so in that. It's their kids. Yeah. They've seen what Coach Turner can do.
Like, did they ask the parents their feedback?
Did we talk to the parents? How do you feel like he's doing? Because they're the ones that are one-on-one. You're seeing what's happening on the field at the end of everything.
Yeah.
Can we not talk to the parents who were at the practices, who are talking to their kids afterwards, who have been there from the beginning with their kids, and they know just as much as anybody what's going on the field. Talk to them. And if we talk to them and seen, I mean, were they a part of this decision? Because I feel like they maybe should have been.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, exactly, Norma. She said exactly right, Melody. And, I'm going to let Melody read. Ben Matheny is one part of what Coach Matt Turner has been a part of. Yeah. Ben Matheny is the middle school football coach.
Okay, I could not remember. I know that my son had him as a teacher and was one of his favorite teachers. He's an incredible guy.
And he was also on the Warren County Pioneer football team as well. Yeah. And with that, and Ben was also worked with Matt Turner for several years and has been a friend for several years. And with that said, one program, because being in the middle school, him and Ben worked on this weightlifting program that just got established this year for the 8th grade classes. And so I will say this before you read that.
Okay.
If you guys, because this, you can quit watching my show or not. Again, if you don't like what I'm about to say, if you guys want top-notch athletes that are ready to play in their high school career, starting out as a freshman, you've got to start them out young in the Pee Wee leagues, which they just started that. I can't remember how far back, but the Pee Wee leagues had like a pause, and then Matt Turner and a few other folks got together and started it back right with the proper people in there to show the kids how to properly play football correctly, how to hit right, how to, the etiquette, everything. Then followed from that, you got the middle school program with Ben Matheny. We got to get them to weightlift. Most of these schools that we've been playing, these out-of-town District 6 teams that we've been playing, they are weightlifting and doing travel ball and doing all this at the early ages of 5th and 6th grade. And if you want to implement that here in this community, we have to start early. And for me to see somebody that is a mover and a shaker like Coach Matt Turner, you don't realize the huge asset as a community, as a school program that you had in this man. Now, again, some of these people have, might not, there's always people that don't like somebody, and that's okay. But at the end of the day, I promise you, Matt Turner had a program, had a plan, had people in place to get this ball rolling. And I truly felt like this year the ball started rolling and people are picking up on it and we're moving forward.
Yeah.
And we're shaking it up and we're getting where we need to, because you saw at the end of the season, we were getting where we needed to be. And so with that said, I'm going to say it, and I know Melody's going to say it and everybody else is going to say it. If you ask me what we should do, you should give him a second chance.
Absolutely.
And I'm not trying to be like ugly about it, but honestly, I feel like I don't think this was the right decision this time. And I will not be surprised if we don't see a huge turnout if the decision cannot be changed. I will not be surprised to see if there's not a huge turnout or show up for the football team.
Well, and here's my other question. that has not been clarified. So he's no longer the football coach. Is he still the wrestling coach, or is he completely done?
That's what I don't know. I will say this. I did message him over the weekend.
Are we losing him all the way around?
I told him how much I appreciated it and loved him. And my prayers are with him because this, he put his heart and soul in it. And it's like a relationship when I don't know if it, I don't know. I wanted him to answer back, and I hated that I didn't hear from him. But my thoughts and prayers are with him and his wife Autumn, as this decision was made. I wanted to ask him, are you still the wrestling coach? I hope so. I mean, the wrestling program is impeccable. If y'all haven't checked that out, we're winning champions and all titles and things like that. But before you read that, Melody, let's read our comments. First off,
Dawn did a good point there.
Norma said, we had to transfer my son to Tullahoma because the coaches were bullying him because he knew that the coach Turner was going to be let go. He said he was not playing under Coach Harris or any other coaches there. I kept quiet because if I said anything, they would take it out on my kid at practice. I hate that. And you have such a good kid, Norma. And I miss you giving my son haircuts. With that said, Dawn said, I was his mother's nurse when he was a teenager. I worked with him at the Warren County High School. I made a huge post under Jeff Simmons' post of the Southern Standard announcing this. I could have written a book, but condensed it.
Hey, Dawn, if you don't mind copying what you wrote under Southern Standard and pasting it under this post, we would really appreciate it because we'd like to read everything that you just
we would love to read it.
Yeah.
And let's see. And Norma said, I was told football and wrestling was one coach deal.
So we may have lost all the way around.
And that's all here. I don't know. That's a hearsay thing.
We may have. Right.
So that's what Norma is saying that she heard.
Okay. So y'all, I'm exhausted and I'm an emotional train wreck. So I may cry through this. We'll see what happens.
Do we need the tissues? Do you want me to read it? I'm okay.
I can read it, but I'm just saying. This is from Ben Matheny. Matthew Turner, thank you. Thank you for being there for young men and women when no one else could be. Thank you for being a solid foundation when others had nothing. Thank you for always giving your time, money, energy, blood, sweat, and tears to make this county better. Let's go and change that to country. Just go ahead. We're giving them all.
Yeah.
County better. Thank you for doing the things others wouldn't, because it is what our athletes deserve. Autumn Turner, which is his wife, for those who do not know. Thank you for always being the supportive teen mom, being the voice of reason, and being that positive behind-the-scenes presence that too few noticed. Lastly, thank you both for always being there. I can never repay all the love and support you both have given, not just me, but my entire family. You both deserve much better than you have received. I hope to be able to repay to others what you have given me. You are my family, and I love you. And then if you go under the comments, hang on.
And while you're looking that up, Norma said, my son placed in state several years under Coach Turner. With wrestling.
Mark Chambers says, best coach I ever had. Drew Milligan says, thankful for the influence coach has had on my life. Scotty Keel said 110% correct. The heart and soul of Warren County Pioneer Wrestling and Warren County High School football. Let's see. I'm a better man because of you, coach. That was Spencer Pryor. Chase Judkins, they didn't even give him a chance with the new schedule. Thank you for your time, coach. Well said, Ben. Tori Watts said, this news crushed my boys. Coach Turner has been a huge blessing to us all.
Yeah.
I mean, it just goes on and on and on. It's just people who...
The love and support, no matter what happens here,
to have gone on, and they're
Coach
just
Turner has impacted a lot of people.
But if this is the final decision, which I'm hoping it's not, but if this is the final decision and this is it, then I think the one thing that we can take away from this is that for 6 seasons, he coached these players who have gone on. He coached CJ, who has gone on. And all of those lessons have stuck with those kids. So his legacy
lives on.
Everything he taught,
seasons, yes.
They may have taken him out of Warren County football, but every kid he's coached they have learned something and they're going to teach that to somebody else. So even though he may be gone from Warren County football, what he taught, his lessons, his coaching is going to keep going.
Yeah. And with that said, piggybacking on CJ Taylor, he's on team, he plays for Vanderbilt, and he is one of the 3 captains on that team. So you think about that.
Yeah.
You know, like what he's implemented in these kids, and it's continuing on in the college.
Yeah.
Because I've seen videos of CJ Taylor talking with the teams and all that, and I can see Coach Turner in him, you know. But again, Dawn, as requested, thank you, Miss Dawn. She says, "Love you, Matthew Turner. You will forever have my respect and voice behind you and what you have done in the lives of so many children. Aside from football, this man worked many years taking care of fragile special needs children and loved them as his own. He also provided amazing care to his bedridden mother as a teenager and during his years of a pioneer player. The integrity and life skills he was able to instill from his own personal experience of how to be a son, a husband, a father." Oh, God.
Yep. See, there we go. Now we're both crying.
That was very sweet, Dawn.
That was perfectly
Oh my
said.
God. Hold on. Son.
You broke it.
Yeah, that got water. I got water, but I'm not there. I'm gonna get there, but I'm not there.
Let's not mess up our makeup.
No. But I'm gonna tell you guys, with everybody that has messaged on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whether you messaged the Southern Standard, the radio station, I really feel like if we want to change things in this community, we have got to be loud. We've got to speak up, and we have to do it in a classy and respectful way. So please call your administration. See if you can talk to this. And I know that the school board had nothing to do with this, because we did talk with some folks over the weekend that are board members, and they had no ideal of this. And so,
my understanding from what I've been told is this was a Hobbs decision, not a school board decision.
Yeah.
School board didn't have anything to do with it.
And if there's people under Principal Hobbs, that's, if he's got a board, that's what I would like to know. Did you talk to maybe Anthony Lippy, the athletic director?
I don't know.
Is this like do you have a board that sits down and it's like, okay, we got to make this decision? Or was it just one person? I just want to know.
We'd like to understand the process. We're not looking for people to.
We're not trying to
burn at the stake.
Yeah,
we're looking for understanding, and that's one thing Kelly and I agree on is the way to understanding is ask questions. Not be afraid to ask questions. And if you don't understand what's explained, say, okay, I don't get that. Can you break it down a little bit further? We talked about this with the leadership class.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've always said, the chatter page, people go on there, and I call them armchair citizens, because they sit there and they constantly complain about everything in this town, but they don't want to get up and go be the voice that makes the change. They don't want to contact the commissioners or the aldermen or the school board or whoever it is they're upset with, and be heard in a respectful manner. And that's the point. Because if you're just yelling and cussing at people,
nothing's ever going to happen if you yell.
But if you say, hey, I just want you to know that I'm not okay with this, or I know you made this decision. Can you explain to me why? Because a lot of the times what looks black and white has a whole lot of colorful layers in it that you're not seeing. And there is understanding by asking questions. And that's what I always do. I'm like, okay, I just heard this happen. Can you explain it to me? And then it gets explained. I'm like, oh, never mind. I got it now. That was a good call.
Yeah.
So just don't be afraid. That's what the aldermen are here for. That's what the commissioners are here for. That's what you elected them for. The school board, that's what you elected them for, was to be your voice. But if you don't talk to them and tell them so that they can then go and share your opinion with the other ones, then they're not going to get anywhere.
Change.
Right. You've got to speak up, and you've got to be.
And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with calling your administration or, calling the high school today and be like, could you please give a message to Chris Hobbs? Could you give, I don't know. I don't want to, and just please don't be ugly about it, but just say, we want Coach Turner back. Or can you explain, like you said, can you explain to me why this decision was made?
Don't call the school. Hang on. Don't call the school. email the school.
Oh, yeah.
All of that information's online, because if you call the school, you're going to start
message
clogging
them on Facebook. They have Facebook and Instagram too.
Because if you start calling, you're going to clog up the phone lines, and the people who are having urgent situations where they need to get through won't be able to.
That is true. Good call, Melody.
Send over emails.
I don't have anybody in the high school right now. You do. So you get.
Yeah. Actually, no. He's at home asleep. He's taking advantage of senior skip day that may or may not actually been happening.
Unofficial, unofficial is what is skip day today.
I don't know. All I know is he needed a mental health break, and Mama said, okay.
Yeah. Even though this is the last week of y'all's school before break, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
And I normally isn't skip day at the end of the year anyway. Yeah. Whatever. The kid's 18 and he's got all A's. But so email.
Yeah, email, social media.
Yes, and just
load it up.
Yeah,
load it
and
up.
just that way they can print it out and put it on his desk, or they can forward it to him.
Or maybe you can see it. And, and again, I will tell you this, when we did our poll question on our social media, we had over 171 votes turn out on this. I did 2 of them. And so the question was on the subject of Coach Turner. Should he get his job back, or should we try something new? I'm going to tell y'all that with 87% of the vote, 150 people voted give him his job back. And so I really think if you want to get this out more, we have to get it trending more. We got to keep keeping this subject relevant. We got to keep pushing. If you're going to get a new coach, bring back the old one and let's start new,
Yeah.
Let's clear the slate. And then Norma continues on and she says, the problem is when you speak up and ask questions, they look at you like you're stupid. I've been through that route several times and they just brush it under the rug. This is nothing new. We knew it was going to end like this. From personal experience, I tried until I just knew we needed to get my son out.
Okay, so in that case, this is where I specialize. In that case,
that's a good question.
Don't just do it once. And if they look at you like you're stupid, you look at them like they're stupid. I'm not trying to be ugly about it, but there are people, especially the men, being a woman. I have experienced that more times than I can count. I actually have a shirt that I like to wear to meetings that say, I can keep my mouth shut, but you can read the subtitles on my face. But make it so they can't ignore you. Keep messaging. And if you still feel like you're hitting a brick wall, contact your paper, contact your local podcast, contact your radio, contact your television.
We're trying our best.
In state, out of state, contact somebody. There's always somebody above. If you're not getting somewhere with this person, figure out who the boss is and go above. Mm-hmm. Start talking to them. If you're not getting anywhere with them, figure out who their boss is and go above.
It's like finding a doctor. If you don't like your doctor's opinion, get a second opinion.
Yeah, exactly. Keep going. Don't just give up when you hear the first no.
Yeah. If everybody did that, nothing would ever change.
Just keep finding the bosses. And when you run out of bosses, then you get the media involved.
And then Norma brings up a great question. We had 3 people actually tell me this as well. Kelly, the question really is, do you think he even wants his job back? I think at the end of the day, he has been through so many hurdles, just like, Miss Dawn wrote, that he can actually sit there and I think he would come back if he wanted to. But I can't speak on behalf of him. But
are you talking about Norma?
Well, when Dawn was talking about all his personal struggles and strives.
Because Norma said the question is, do you think he wants his job back? We don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that
I would let me say this.
Okay.
I would hope that if he got the job, if he could get his job back, he would take it.
Yes.
Because I think at the end of the day, he would do it for the kids.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is finding these teachers and these coaches who aren't in it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
They're in it because they truly love what they do and they want it better. And I'm going to be honest, that's part of the reason why I did not let my child go to the high school for the first 3 years. Because at first, my personal experiences, we had way too many teachers that were like that were there for the paycheck, even though it's not that much. Rather, they had lost the want to teach, the want to push kids forward. And that's not necessarily their fault. And I'm going to go off on a tangent again, but that is a lot. That's one of the reasons I want the Department of Education to be disbanded is they've got way too much government in our schools, way too much. And I think that
too much politics.
They're too much. These teachers are disheartened. I mean, they're
kids don't need politics. They need to be educated.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
They pay out the nose for a degree saying that they know what they're doing and they can teach our kids. And then they're not allowed to make their own lesson plans. They're in meetings when they should be tutoring these kids who need the extra help. It's too much. And I think that it's broken a lot of our teachers and that's
why they don't have, that's why I actually have the flyer in the car. I didn't bring it in. They're looking for full-time subs half the time.
Yeah. Because these, especially the ones who know how it was beforehand and have had to steadily go through the decline, and they're done.
Yeah,
they're done. And but I will say things have improved at the high school.
They have.
I think that we're getting onto a better track with them, which is why Matt's there for his senior year. But
I don't know what that is, Brian. We have to go to our Facebook page to see that. But reeling in what Melody's talking about, I can't tell you exactly how much people make at schools because I don't know, but I can tell you that I know that Matt Turner was just getting a coach's pay, and it was less than a teacher's salary.
Yes.
And he was not just coaching our boys, he was also coaching the football team. He was also, or the wrestling team, I should say. He was also doing the laundry. Somebody actually made a post of all the stuff that he did. He also mowed the lawns. He also helped do the lines for the games and stuff.
It won't let me open it.
Oh,
Brian, can you text that over to me? Just text that to me and I'll open it and we'll take a look at it.
And keeping on going with that, Jan Johnson, which he used to live here. Love you, Jan. We miss you and Miss Kathy.
Come on back.
But he said, unfortunately, he goes, I don't know how to be reinstated once the letter went out announcing his dismissal. The person, I forgot his name, will have to step down because of his premature announcement.
I'm not sure.
So are you talking?
I've never heard that one before.
I've never heard that before, but if you're
I'm not saying you're not right. I'm just saying we probably, let's look into that a little bit further because, I mean, if that's the case, we don't really want that either.
I like Chris Hobbs. I don't want Chris Hobbs to go. He is a great influence as a principal.
It's Brian's soapbox. He's been on this for a while.
Okay.
Only 35% of our teachers are meeting reading standards in third grade, and that was a result of COVID.
Yeah.
When COVID shut everything down, it really put our kids behind, and they are struggling to get back on track.
Yeah. And again, thanks, Norma. We try to do our best here. But when the community, like I say, when the community requests something, I do try to, there, he sent it to you. I try to get all the information out as best as possible. And I do still hope to have, whether it's Dr. Grant Swallows or executive principal Chris Hobbs to come in and maybe talk to us, maybe to do some more clarification. Because like Jan Johnson said, I don't know if once the letter's out, I've seen that. Yeah. You got to marinate on that. We are not talking about that today.
No, we're not. But can I share the link to the Warren First page?
Yes,
so that
you
people
can.
Click it. So what Brian has sent us is a wealth of knowledge that breaks down into minute detail everything about our education system in Warren County.
It's a lot.
This is phenomenal. So I'm going to share this to the page.
Okay. With that said,
I wasn't going to go into it, but I definitely think that we're
going to talk about it one day. Just not today. That's another ball game.
That's a whole podcast by itself.
But with that said, again, I want to end on this. I want to say to everybody that has shown and shined the light on Matt and Autumn Turner in this situation, our thoughts and prayers are with them both right now. Yes. We wish them nothing but the best, and whatever that happens after this, that they keep striving and thriving and being that mover and a shaker in this community. And I want to pray that they have this comfort of peace and love and care over them because of all the comments that have been made all over the weekend. My heart goes out to both of them. My heart goes out to the players, the athletes, anybody in the community that he has impacted, whether it was during his being a coach or being a teacher at the high school when he was teaching at that point. But again, I will say this, whatever, if Coach Turner doesn't come back, I know that the boys, we just need to love all our athletic boys that have been, a part of his coaching world, and give them as much encouragement and say, son, daughter, this too shall pass. Like,
It
this
may
is
pass
a
like
part.
a kidney stone, but it will pass.
This may hurt, but this is not going to be the first or the last thing in your life that's going to impact you like this. This is going to be a life learned lesson that you need to take on. And just like, because one thing I love about my life is I watch so many cool shows like Ted Lasso, which is a sports show. So I'm not going to get too much into that with you. But
I know who that is.
But with that said, and me and Coach Turner bonded on that as well, because he loves that show as well. And that his philosophy is very similar to that. And what I want you to just keep telling your kids and telling yourself is, always be curious and not judgmental. Keep moving forward, and always, always, always believe. Whether that's believe in yourself, believe in your project that you're fixing to do, believe in the next step for your life. You got to do that and just keep moving forward, because that is what makes the community, it makes us all thrive and keep moving. It makes this country keep going. And if we had more people that were curious and less judgmental, think of all the endless possibilities we would have.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I know.
So with that said, that is it.
Leave the judging to Jesus.
Yes. Leave it with Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel.
Right.
# Carrie Underwood. But that's all we can say about Coach Matt Turner right now. And if we hear anything else at all, I promise you guys, we will post about it, talk about it. Whatever we can do to keep you guys informed and keep this community united and transparent. That's my goal. And I want to say, Jan Johnson says, I know Matt, he's a very dedicated man, wishing him and his family the best. So moving on, of course, this week is exciting for Miss Melody and her group with Caring Hearts United. Yes, and I want to hold this up while she talks. But look, it is the 14th annual Wonderland of Trees.
We're so excited.
I know y'all, and it looks so great, though. Excited. It looks great.
It does. I'm gonna go count trees today. Now, guys, I'm trying. But we're gonna go put up all of our trees. We've got a list of our donations. So let's go over this real quick for those who are like, what's Wonderland of Trees?
Mm-hmm.
So look, let's start from the beginning. Caring Hearts United is a nonprofit here in Warren County that helps hospice patients in our area. They're not all in Warren County. We have expanded, and it's a mixed blessing. We are grateful we can help so many, but we are also sad that there are so many that need help. When we started this 13, 14 years ago, it was like 50 something hospice patients that we were helping. Now we're close to 800. I keep forgetting to get the final count.
Yeah.
But we do not have direct contact with the hospice patients. We are contacted by hospice units when a patient is in need of bed sheets or groceries or gas to get to appointments. When there is a need, we are contacted and we help where we can.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that we do is 5 holidays out of the year, we provide gift bags for these patients. And that's where that almost 800 number comes from. These gift bags normally have we just did our Thanksgiving bag. We're about to do our Christmas bag, smack in the middle of this fundraiser.
Yeah.
But there's normally like a blanket in there. There's something to occupy their time, like a puzzle book. There's a snack. It's a whole thing. And we put these bags together, always looking for volunteers for that. But to fund that, we have several bingo games through the year. We were doing Hee Haw for a couple of years. This year, we're doing a variety show in the spring. So that is coming back. But Wonderland of Trees is our longest fundraiser that we have done consistently, and actually bingo came out of Wonderland of Trees. We did that one time. Grew it. We can't do it on Wonderland of Trees because if we tried to hold it with the amount of people that come out for bingo, we would have to cut down on the amount of trees that we have at the mall, and we just can't do that. But what it is it is a whole week's long celebration. Starts today. We have trees. I believe we've got about 16 this year. Again, I've got to go out there later on today. Sorry, y'all, my nose is itching. It's that time of year.
It's that time of year.
But I believe we've got 16 trees, but we have individuals, nonprofits, other nonprofits. McMinnville Special Games donated to us this year. Thank you. You guys are incredible.
That tree was amazing, Holly.
So cute. And Holly Cox has been a long time.
Saw that tree too.
Supporter for us with the animals. I can't remember how many years, but it's been a pretty good amount.
Almost
it started with Hawk, and she's just continued. So her tree is out there. Pure Wealth Partners has given us a Taylor Swift tree. That's right, Swifties. There is a Taylor Swift tree. This would be perfect for a young girl's room. This would be perfect for the Swiftie that's my age. I mean, but there's multiple trees, and what you do is you go in and you place bids on these trees. And this goes all week long. Now, if you know you've got a busy week and you just can't get back out there, you can get a spotter, and you can tell them, hey, I really like this tree. I'm willing to spend money. And they'll call you to raise that bid. And if it gets up to that bid, then they'll call you and say, hey, you're tapped out. Do you want to go any higher?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we do have a lot of events this week. We've got the craft show at the Civic Center this weekend. Home has got a fundraiser on Saturday. So there is a lot going on, and we want you to be able to continue.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the week, if you've gotten the highest bid and you've won that tree, we call and let you know. We saran wrap this tree. Actually, it's furniture wrap, but we wrap plastic around this entire tree, fully decorated. We do not take it apart. What you see is what you're going to get. And you take it home, cut off the wrap, and boom, you've got Christmas.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. This is great if your mom is now in an assisted living center, but they want that tree. This is great if you've got a kid, like maybe that is in their first apartment and you want to help them out. Or if you've just gotten so overwhelmed and busy, you've got 4 kids, it's crazy. Then they still get a tree, and it's easy peasy. And it can be a whole thing of day after Thanksgiving. Let's unwrap the tree. And then there it is.
And you just fluff and go.
Fluff and go.
That should be a t-shirt.
Fluff and go. On a shirt. I wonder who could do that. Anyway, but there's also wreaths. I believe there's going to be gingerbread houses. I've not confirmed. Last week was insane. And centerpieces, Christmas centerpieces, that you can all bid on.
Yeah.
There's also the Wonderland store. We're in the old Cato. So if you want to,
it is fabulous, guys.
Yes,
I already bought some stuff for our tree for the Warren First.
Yes, Warren First also has a tree, which I'm going to showcase later. It is gorgeous. It is white. It's got blue lights on it.
It turned out great. And the theme of this year's tree for me was Together We Shine, because since we lost Jesse Miller and Phyllis Prater, and there's a handful of other people. I'm not going to mention everybody, but we have lost a lot of people. And one thing I heard, I called it like my God wink sayings.
Yes,
is people we keep losing a lot,
Yeah,
and we need to find that light, and we need to find that sparkle and that shine. So, since the show is community based, because I feel like Together We Shine. That's my theme of my tree. I have businesses, landmarks. I even took a picture. We were so grateful. Me and Melody got to go see Mr. Milner on his last day at the Dr. Pepper Balling Company, and he was a huge asset to this community. I made an ornament with his picture of his last day at his Dr. Pepper sign. And on the back of the ornament, it says the last day that the Milner family owned and operated the Dr. Pepper Balling Company. And so that's why the theme is Together We Shine. So please look at it. It's a beautiful 6-foot tree it looks like the Star of Israel's on the top of it. And Bethlehem, whatever, moving on.
One of those countries, sorry.
It looks like a star from there. Well, I always say Israel or Bethlehem because of the movies. Sorry.
Yeah.
The Santa movies that I watch. But with that said, thank you to first and foremost, to all my friends. I want to give them shout outs about yesterday. Thank you to my friends that came out and helped finished the planners with me yesterday. Enjoy those planners, because that was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put into all those. I didn't realize that we were supposed to do all of them. I thought it was just the main stage, but then I had to expand, and it looks great. I think it turned out amazing.
We are so grateful for her because we've been down on volunteers this year.
And then thank you to my mother and my friend Amanda and Joyce for helping me get my tree all set up, and also Melody, because I have to say Melody because I got the concept of the ornaments from her grandmother's tree, and it turned out really great. And a shout out to the Teacher Center to help me laminate all those ornaments, because I say that because it just looks really great, guys. You have to go see it. You have to go see it. Thanks to my husband for drilling the holes in the ornaments. There's just a lot, but please go check out my tree. It has a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and love into it. So, again, it's just a great time. And while we're moving on from that,
we got
to do the schedule right quick tonight.
Yes. Well, hang on, because we stopped at the store. Hang on real quick. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll go faster. Go. I'm sorry.
You gotta go
so anyway, so you can go in there. You can get all your Christmas shopping done. It's incredible. There's makeup in there. There's decor. There's glassware. Mm-hmm. We've got free books again this year. We do ask for a donation, but there's 2 8-foot tables full of books. They're bowing. So please come get some books before my tables collapse.
Yes.
And we'll have the bake shop open Thursday, Friday, Saturday for getting baked goods. Mm-hmm. But we do a giveaway. We have a stocking and a gift box full of gift cards and items that have been donated to us. For every $5 donation you make to Caring Hearts United, you will be entered in to win your choice. So there's a stocking and a gift box, and you can pick which one you want to enter in to win. And it's only a $5 donation to do that. And you can do multiple times. I mean, you can donate $100 and get 10, put 5 in one, 5 in the other.
Yeah, you could.
Wait, I did not do that math right. But y'all can figure it out.
It's okay. If you did $10, it's 10. If you did $10 tickets,
so that 100 would have been 20.
Yeah,
20. So you can do 10 in each. Sorry, y'all, don't do math.
I don't do math. I don't think that's right either. But moving on.
But you see what we're saying.
You get multiple tickets. If the more you donate, the more you get to enter.
So there's a lot going on at the mall, and all of this money goes toward helping hospice patients, including if you come tonight and if you play tonight's Christmas trivia, it's $5 per person to play. That money goes into helping hospice patients. It's all Christmas themed. John Chisholm is there to be our MC. He's just fun to participate with. I'm telling you, he is a hoot and a half. I don't know if you're coming tonight or not.
It depends on my mood.
Okay. So
I got a lot going on
there. But we're going to be doing
tomorrow.
Yes, you have to be. Don't you abandon me. But there are prizes. Our first place prize for tonight is a gift card to All Occasions. Second place is Mud Bums, and third place is Vanilla Bean. So
thank you guys for donating. By the way.
My gosh, we've had such an incredible group donate. This town is wonderful. But tomorrow night is karaoke with Kelly. Also, again, be there at 5:00. Karaoke starts at 6, but be there at 5 to let Kelly know what your song choice is. Yeah. Turn in your $5 entry fee to join in for that. Wednesday, we typically take off because everybody's kind of doing the church thing. Thursday is the AG family. That is a staple in Wonderland.
Amazing group of folks right there.
It's a whole family. They're great. They've always been so good to us. Friday night is Beth Harris. This all starts at 6:00, just so you know, all evening activities. Beth Harris, McKeel Harris. Caring Hearts United was founded by Melinda Breedlove and Diane Sneed. Yeah. We've since lost Melinda, but Diane is still with us, thankfully.
Yes.
And there's 4 sisters, and Beth is one of the other sisters, and she comes and performs for us. And this was all done because of their mom. When they lost their mom, they wanted a way to give back to her. Hospice couldn't take money at that point, so they started this fundraiser to give back, to thank them for everything that they did for Miss Louise. But anyway, so Beth will be there Friday night. Saturday morning, put this on your calendar, we have Santa Claus. We do not have a professional photographer. We just don't have the money for that. Sorry.
What?
And I am not at the point where I can take Santa pictures with my photography, but you can come, you can bring your own camera, phone, take pictures.
Yeah, it's free, right?
Yes. And then Saturday night from 7 to 8, we have the Silver and Gold Band. The McMinnville Philharmonic is coming to perform to close out the event. 6 to 7. Yes, I said that
everything's
right.
At 6.
And we have backdrops if you want to come and do your family
They're really
pictures.
pretty set up. Thank you, Diane, for setting those up yesterday. Y'all did a phenomenal job.
There are multiple. Our guests are still around. There's cardboard cutouts of Elf, Clark Griswold, Ralphie from A Christmas Story. There's a Santa and Mrs. Claus cutout that you can put your face in.
Aww.
So those are all still back. So there's tons to do at the mall this year. Come on out, eat at Jay's, participate. Just look at the trees. If nothing else, just look at the trees. Oh, sorry. The other thing we have.
Yes.
One more thing, and then I'm going to stop. There's just a lot going on.
A couple more things. Go.
Okay. We also have what's called Feel You in My Heart Tree. Yeah. And this kind of goes along with what Kelly was talking about. You can pay $1.
We do this every year.
It's $1. Yeah, it's $1. You will be able to put your loved one's name on a heart. Now, you don't get to keep this. These hearts get reused every single year, but it's 2 trees in memory of somebody. If you want to do it in memory of Phyllis or in memory of Jesse Miller or somebody else that you have lost this year.
Yeah, Billy
or lost
Wood.
in years past.
Yeah.
Or you can do it in honor of somebody, in honor of Doug Milner. I always do it in honor of my children. So you can do it for anybody. Yeah. And we just fill this up. And those do not come down at the end of the week. They are there at the mall through the rest of the Christmas season. Yeah. So you can continue to go and see them. Yeah. This week is the only week where you will be able to
buy them.
So make sure to come by and do that. But they will be up for the rest of the year. The rest of the year. Mm-hmm. So that you can see that. So make sure to come by. That was a lot of information to give you guys. I have already shared onto the Warren First page, the Facebook page that gives you all of that information. It lets you know what items are in our stocking and gift box. It lets you know what all the trees look like, or will as soon as I get to the mall. The schedule, all of that. But that page is now on the Warren First page because I just overloaded y'all with information and some of y'all's heads are probably spinning.
So I will like to say this. So with hosting, once again, the karaoke with Kelly again, it does not have to be a Christmas themed song. We had a lot of people ask about that. And
I was a little bit of a rebellion last year.
Last year, yes. But it turned out great. It wasn't bad.
It was so awesome.
But with that said, I want to say thanks to everybody that helped me figure out what trophies to get and things like that. This year, last year, I couldn't find the microphones, and I wish I could, but I didn't this time. But the first place is going to win a gold Nutcracker statue. Second place is going to win a silver glitterish Nutcracker, and then third place is getting a green velvet Nutcracker. And each third place is going to get $10. Second place is going to get $15, and first place wins $25. So again, come out, support. And if you do win first, second, or third, whether it's the 10, 15, or 25, and you want to donate that money back to Caring Hearts United, you can.
Yes.
Because it's going to be cash. So,
and our first prize winner will also have the option, if they would like to come back and perform for us on Saturday afternoon after Santa Claus leaves.
Yes.
So that is another bonus. We did that last year. Emily.
It turned out great.
Yes, Lassiter won, right. And she was incredible. Yeah. She is incredible. Her whole family's incredible.
Anyway, I know. Alondra, all of them.
And Alan, who is off traveling the countryside right now.
Yes. Shout out to Tina and all those amazing kids.
I know. She did a great job with them babies. But
come out.
So they're going to, so come on out, karaoke. It's going to be a great night. We're going to fill them all with wonderful music and laughter, which is my favorite.
It is. So moving on, I want to say a couple other things going on this week, and then we'll call it a day. We won't talk about those because those are in December. Going on this week is, of course, the Samaritan's Purse Christmas, Operation Christmas Child. And between November the 18th, which is today, through the 21st, that is collection week. Now, if you want to get your collection on and you have your boxes made, the drop-off site this year is at, there's one at Covenant Church. And there's signs and everything, and you can go to that. There's also another, the main drop-off point, which I'm going to get Debbie to come in sometime this week to come talk about it, is another church, and I cannot remember off the top of my head right now. I just remember seeing it this morning as I was dropping my kids off at school. Also going on, shout out to Jennifer and them with Main Street McMinnville. they are doing a survey. It says, have your say in the downtown McMinnville's future? Main Street McMinnville is shaping a new plan to make our downtown more vibrant, welcoming, and full of opportunity. But we need your input to make this happen. Take our quick quiz and our survey and share your thoughts and your feedback. Support local businesses, create spaces for new entrepreneurs, and also make downtown a place for everyone. And you just click on the link on their Facebook page. It says, let's build a future of downtown McMinnville together. Share this and post and invite others to join in. So I am sharing it to our page right now. And again, I'm going to be, a lot of people, I talked to Miss Jennifer Meredith the other day, and I'm working with her, and we're getting geared up because not this weekend, but next Saturday is November the 30th, which is also the shop local, buy local kind of big push.
Yes.
And so with that said, I'm going to be showcasing, of getting with her, and we're going to go to all these businesses that would like me to come in and do a podcast at their shop. Tomorrow is my first stop. I'm going to be going to Juicy's Wellness and Cafe and hang out with Mary and India and the gang and talk about all the cool stuff that they have to offer over there. And I'm going to be doing my podcast tomorrow at 8:30 at Juicy's. What?
I thought podcast was tomorrow at the mall.
In the morning? Or I was going to do it in the afternoon.
I thought we were doing the podcast in the morning. Okay, we'll figure that out. I thought we were doing a podcast live from the mall.
We still can.
Okay.
I'll just move.
We have 2 podcasts tomorrow.
We may have 2 podcasts tomorrow. Can I move it to Thursday?
Yeah.
As we just talk? Because then we can push the HG family.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were pushing karaoke tomorrow. So Thursday, we'll be live from the mall.
Karaoke is its own entity. I've got this. I have no doubt we're going to have at least 10 to 15 people.
Okay.
I have that in my head. So that's I'm trying to make it happen.
Well, that's what I'm thinking for trivia, because that's what we had last year. So
it's going to be great tonight. And if everything works out, we'll come out. Continuing on, let me see what else I got on my Facebook page. Oh, I do want to do a shout out to Covenant Academy. They started this Covenant Cares package. So if a teacher or someone is sick, they put a package together. Look at that. And they give it to the person in need, kind of like what y'all do for hospice patients.
Oh.
And so a shout out to my little friends, my son's best friend, Miss Scarlett. She got her little basket the other day. Also too, let's see, as I'm scrolling through.
Okay. So
go ahead.
Again, this week, Friday, Saturday, you've got Homeland Community Bake's Christmas craft show at the mall.
That's right.
Not the mall. Sorry, y'all. At the Milner Rec Center.
Mm-hmm.
This is a long-standing tradition. Right now, I cannot pull up how many years, but it's been a lot that they've done this. There was a small hiatus while they revamped the Milner Rec Center, but it is back. It is in full swing. Make sure to stop by there. There's vendors everywhere. I know Amanda Sane has already cooking up some rustic stuff. I'm so excited.
She is. I cannot wait to see it. I've requested some things.
See,
it's just how I am.
She's fantastic. So that's going on. And then, as I said, Homeless of McMinnville has got a fundraiser. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick.
While you're looking that up, I want to give a shout out to the Warren County High School's athletic program. With this said, because last week we had not one but 2 young ladies sign with colleges. The one being this last Friday, Kai Damon. She was signing to the Marion Military Institute on a softball scholarship, and then followed by that, Lauren. Let me go to it right quick. Here it is. Yep. Lauren, let's see. No, that's the Kai Damon one. Oh. I bet I know it's Lauren. Oh, here it is. And then a shout out to, because it was National Signing Day on that day, which was Tuesday. No, it was Wednesday. And again, Lauren Slatton, she is actually a state champion golfer. Mm-hmm. And she signed with a District 1 scholarship for golf, and she'll be also going to, it's so crazy, last week was 2 Alabama schools. So UBA is the University of Alabama in Birmingham, so she signed with them on Wednesday. And then of course Kai Damon signed on Friday with the other Alabama place as well. So did you find it?
Yes, I've got it. Okay, so I stand corrected. This is the Viola Opry. The money raised that night. This is a continuing fundraising concert series. So the money raised that night will be going to the homeless effort of McMinnville. Shout out to Sheila and all of her fabulous ladies over there.
Miss you, love you.
Admission is free. Foodstuffs will be donated by Rica's Tortas Hana, and are available for purchase. All proceeds go to home. Performers donating their time and talents are Wild Blue Band, Don Mueller, and SR&R. Doors open at 5, music from 6 to 8. Come join us for a fun time and a great cause. Okay. So there is also that happening on Saturday. Then next week, which is Thanksgiving week, we've got, that's Black Friday. Brace yourself for impact.
Yeah, there's also so many things happening. Y'all should look at our calendar.
But also that Friday and Saturday is another craft show. This one is at the mall. It is Mistletoe Market. I will be there in the white kiosk with Gypsy Salt Fudge. Songbird Studio is cleaning out all of their shirt inventory for the year. All the short sleeve and Halloween shirts. Anyway, 40% off. There's over 40 other vendors that are going to be there. It is incredible, and it is very loud in that mall. So please come out and support that. That is another great opportunity to knock out some more Christmas shopping. But that is Friday and Saturday from 9 to 4 both days. And then Saturday evening, Saturday is Small Business Saturday. We're encouraging you to please shop at our small businesses, but it's also Flip the Switch.
It is, and we're going to be there.
Let's clarify that because I know everybody gets confused.
I'm not going to say that because I'm the one that starts confusion on this one.
I've been confused for years. I think I finally got it. So Flip the Switch is where all of the lights downtown get flipped on. That is a Main Street McMinnville event. Ryle Chastain pushes the magic button and let there be light. There is light.
Oh, he does it twice then.
Does he do? Oh,
he also comes down for
I might
Christmas in the park for the tree.
Let me reverse that and take that back.
Hank did that last year.
Somebody's pushing a button and things are going to get lit up. But there's also going to be
things are going to get lit.
That's
on
all
Flip the Switch. Let's just say that.
Oh, that's another shirt idea. But there will be carriage rides that night. Free carriage rides provided by Main Street. And
I'm coming up with great t-shirts that I would love to wear. Please make me a shirt.
Just start. There's all kinds of stuff going on. So all that's going on. And then Christmas in the Park is where the tree gets lit. That's Junior Auxiliary.
And Ryle Chastain, the mayor of McMinnville, flips that switch that I know I'm aware of.
Okay, see, so I could be wrong. I might have spoken out of turn.
Judge Ryan J. Moore is the announcer and the MC of the night.
Okay.
And he does a phenomenal job as always.
So there we go.
And then me and my son are actually going to be there on that night. Christmas in the Park at 7:20. If you want to hear me and my son sing, we're one of the entertainers that night.
There you go.
I will say this while we're talking about what is also happening. Don't forget, guys, with all these craft fairs and things going, especially or specifically the Homeland Community Bank one, starting today at 9 a.m. until Monday, November the 25th at 12 p.m., the McMinnville Parks and Recreation will be the gym will be closed. So it says it's that time again for Christmas and shopping spirit. The Milner Recreation Center Gymnasium and Auxiliary Basketball Court will be closed starting Monday, November the 18th today at 9 a.m., which was 30 minutes ago, until Monday, November the 25th at 12 p.m. Group exercise classes will be canceled for Thursday the 21st, Friday the 22nd, and Saturday the 23rd. The craft fair will be Friday the 22nd from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday the 23rd from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So if you go to the gym at all this week because you want to play basketball, it's closed.
It takes a lot to put that together.
It does.
A huge craft show.
Yes.
And let me tell you something. It's like winning the lottery to get in there. I've been trying. Sorry, flip the switch. Look, Melody thought to look up the event instead of trying to do this from memory. And
we can piggyback because they also need volunteers. Go.
Oh, 5 p.m. Flip the switch. Ceremony on City Grassy Lot. 5:15 to 8, carriage rides start in front of the chamber. And then 5:15 to 8 is also cider and ornament decorating for the kids at the chamber community room.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
And Security Federal is the sponsor for this event, so shout out to them. Thank you. They're another great supporter of our
community.
Yes.
And then speaking of Flip the Switch, they are looking for volunteers needed. Do you need volunteer hours? You love Christmas time? Join us for Flip the Switch. We're looking for holiday loving volunteers to help make our Flip the Switch event for November the 30th unforgettable. And it says, if you are looking to earn volunteer hours or just love that Christmas cheer, come and be a part of our team as we light up Main Street. The roles include setting up, guest attendance, coordinating carriage rides, and more. And comment below or message to get involved. Let's make this a holiday to remember together. So again, just call Main Street McMinnville, talk with Jen and them to get, something set up. And again, if there's something that we did not mention today, because I know there's been a lot going on and with the hot topic and stuff, and we do need to talk about, not today, but later on, we're going to get a better condensed list of the presidential elect's cabinet that he is being put together.
It keeps growing and growing and growing.
And also the newsletter. I want to end with this because we got to go.
Real quick though.
Okay.
Caring Hearts United is also needing volunteers for Wonderland of Trees. Shoot a message to the page I put or onto the Caring Hearts United page. If you are able to volunteer, we will find a place for you. We've got a lot of our members that are down sick or have had surgeries or just we're really short. We've only got 2 people today. We are desperate need of people. Even if you could give us an hour.
I'm going out there today just to be there and doing the newsletter.
Yeah, and I'm going to be wearing 2 hats, maybe 3.
You'll make it work.
If always.
We're keeping the peace. That's my shirt today.
I'm captain of the struggle bus. All day, every day. But if you can volunteer, please just let us know because we would really greatly appreciate it.
And so with that said, we'll just put in the newsletter.
I know. I was just looking. Now I'm just being nosy. I wasn't going to say a word. I just want to see for my own stuff. There's not really anybody new.
She's calling me back now. I just tell her I was looking about the senior day, skip day, if we were allowed to say it or not.
Okay.
I didn't know if we were or not. Okay. So with that said, the newsletters are going to be put together today as we're gearing up for, this upcoming festive season, and the sun's coming out, which is now going to make it a little brighter in here, which that's fun. But with that said, be watching. If you want to subscribe to the newsletter, text the keyword local voice to 931-305-0869 with your email address. We're going to put we're going to bring back our One Nation page just to keep you informed of what's going on in the government and what because a lot of people have been asking us, who's in the cabinet, who's President Trump elect picking, what is this going to be looking like, and with like a brief description of each person and what they're doing. Also, be looking as well
for karaoke 3.
I just need 3 or 5. I have to have an odd number.
3 or 5. It has to be an odd number.
Yeah, odd number. Thank you, Leah. Also, I want to shout out to Leah and Miss Catherine, that is a part of the Black History group, as well as the multicultural. I think it's the multicultural group that is going to come help and judge our show tomorrow. I turned you down, so I'll turn you back up. But she's back. But with that said, we are going to be putting a ton of dates in this week's newsletter, just so you guys can see what's happening between now and December the 3rd, because there's a lot happening. There's school closures, there's school meals, there's, the Operation Christmas Child, there's, Wonderland of Trees. There is a lot, craft shows going on right now.
And other events. I'm telling you, November, I tell people don't ask me to do anything in November. And December, the first couple of weeks, it's just November continued.
Yeah.
Which I'm grateful. I love that we have things to do in this town.
Yes.
But by the time Christmas time comes around, I'm like, I ain't cooking.
Ooh,
I ain't talking. I don't want to talk to nobody.
You're just going to stand back here. Okay. It's getting brighter. But with that said, we are going to figure out all that I'm doing this week. I always say I can do something and not look at my phone. I might have but I'm either going to be at Caring Hearts United tomorrow at the mall, or I'm going to be at Juicy's. I'm going to be somewhere. I might be at both places.
We're loud.
You can't miss us. Everybody says, Kelly Walker, you ever going to slow down? Heck to the no.
No.
That's another shirt. Shirt number 3. Do you ever slow down? No, I do not. But with that said,
profiling.
Yes. But with that said, take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. And do not forget, if you are not happy with what is going on in your community, in your country, in your town, at your schools, whatever the case may be, you have got to call the people in the line. You've got to call your schools. You've got to call the administration. You've got to call these people, email these people.
And be respectful when you do. Don't be
ugly.
But
do it in a classy way. We are not ugly. Do not be ugly. Ugly. You get more flies with honey than vinegar.
My mother just channeled you. That was weird.
Thank you. Thank you.
My mother used to tell me that all the time.
Mama always said. But take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day. I love each and every one of you guys. Thanks for everybody that commented and got on the show today to make today's show another great one in the books. And if you are out there and you need a voice, you need a platform, you need somebody to speak for you or showcase something that you're just too afraid to do, that is what this show is for. If we need to do a hot topic that is sometimes uncomfortable to discuss, that's not here. We do try to talk about as much as we can as we find out the information. Okay. But with that said, if you need help at any time, at any point, please let us know on social media. There's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's YouTube, Spotify, Apple. We also have, of course, our phone number. You can call or text us at 931-305-0869. We want this show to be a united front. It's better to work together than separate. So again, thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being a part of this show today. God bless each and every one of you. And if I don't forget to tell you every day this week, eat more turkey, not chicken. What's that saying? The cow said,
eat more chicken.
He always says eat more chicken, but I'm going to say eat all the turkey you can and sleep well.
I'm making a lasagna.
Well, there you go. There you go. All right, bye. Tradition. All right, guys. Remember, Warren County. What do we say, Melanie?